It's your day in tech history, and it's brought to you by our friends over at Carbonite, where you can get a 15-day free trial by going over to geekazine.com/carbon-free. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here, and I welcome you to the Day in Tech History at dayintechhistory.com. It's part of the Tech Podcast Network. You can subscribe via iTunes, Zune, or Stitcher Internet Radio. Our Twitter is Day in Tech Hist, and all show notes are on the wiki page if you want to follow along. Now let's find out what happened on this day, your day in tech history. August 1st, 1957, U.S. and Canada announced the creation of NORAD, which is the North American Air Defense Command, which is a unified military unit tasked with early warning and defense coordination. 1970, the first successful retrieval of information out on a database over long distance by a computer was achieved as part of a study by the U.S. Atomic Energy Commission. Computer in Paris, which was owned by the European Space Resource Organization, connected to a computer in Palo Alto over a transatlantic cable. It queried the database on technical papers in nuclear science and retrieved information on a series of requested topics. 1981, at 12:01 a.m., MTV cable channel premiered in the United States. Of course, the first song was Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles. 1983, IBM creates the Entry Systems Division in Boca Raton, Florida. It was a division team codenamed Chess and would later go to design and build the IBM PC. 1986, Apple Computer discontinues the production of the Macintosh XL, featured a 5 MHz Motorola 68000 processor, and a 10 megabyte hard drive. 1987, the U.S. Congress authorizes a construction of the fifth space shuttle. It was to replace the Challenger, which was lost the previous year. $1.7 billion for the shuttle, and it's called the Endeavour, and it ended up flying its first mission in 1992. 1989, Microsoft releases Office, the first general business software for Macintosh computers. 1990, Tim Berners-Lee of CERN and the European Laboratory for Particle Physics first suggest developing a networked system of hyperlinks. He developed a prototype by October, and within 3 years, 50 active web servers would be online. 1994, a New York federal district jury awards $208 million in damages to Alpex Computer, finding Nintendo guilty of infringement on early video game patents that were held by Alpex. 1995, Broderbund Software and the Learning Company announced an agreement to merge by the end of October. It was a deal worth $440 million. Also in 1995, General Electric's Genie online service cancels a 9-year contract with Atari, which names their service as the official site for the online support of Atari products. And version 1.1 of Red Hat Linux distribution is released. It was codenamed Mother's Day Plus 0.1, and the price was $39.95. 1996, the first open source version of PostgreSQL is released. 1998, Super Memo World, which is a software company founded back in 1991, becomes the first company in Eastern Europe to open an e-commerce store at Yahoo stores. And in 1999, MGA Entertainment introduces the new liquid crystal display, or LCD line, called the Color FX. And now this word from our friends over at Carbonite. Back up now, back up often, and back up off-site. I back up on-site in my house in many ways. But if fire, flood, theft, or other natural disasters happen, tornado season is coming up, my Carbonite backup will save me from losing it all. Photos, documents, my life. Best part is I can access my backup files from another computer when I log into the Carbonite service. Even those vacation photos right to my phone using the Carbonite mobile app. Save yourself from total loss. Get a 15-day free trial over at geekazine.com/carbon-free. That's geekazine.com/carbon-free. Or if you are a small business, save your business data for under $300 a year by going to geekazine.com/carbonite. That's geekazine.com/carbonite. Back up now before it's too late. Now let's get back into your day in tech history. Back in at 2000, an Israeli man becomes the first recipient of the Jarvik 2000, the first artificial heart that could maintain blood flow and generate pulse. Also in 2000, Microsoft announced a limited-time promotional price of $59.95 for the Windows Millennium Edition operating system, due to be released, and current versions of Windows 98 and 2nd Edition 98. And Sony Computer Entertainment and NTT Docomo of Japan announced that they will jointly develop a wireless network which will allow PlayStation systems to connect to iMode cell phones. 2001, 42 websites with Indonesian top-level domains were hacked by the hacking group Katok Team. Also in 2001, the August issue of Journal of the American Medical Association study was released indicating that more than 40% of video games do not properly warn of the violence they may depict when played. 2005, AMD releases the 8th generation AMD Athlon 64X2 dual-core 3800 plus processor, 2 GHz with two 512 kilobit level 2 caches for $354. And the first version of the iOS open source web operating system, 0.6.0, is first released. The idea is to provide a full operating system web-based which can be accessed from anywhere and everywhere with any internet-capable device. 2006, blogger Josh Wolf is jailed by federal district court for refusing to turn over videotape footage of a demonstration that happened in July of 2005, during which the police cruiser was set on fire. Wolf would then serve 226 days in prison. Also in 2006, the first version of the free 64 Studio Linux distribution, 0.9.0, is released. It was codenamed Torag. And NVIDIA announces the Quadroplex 1000, which is an external multi-GPU desktop rack-mounted system for 3D graphics processing. In 2008, the FCC officially rules that Comcast has violated the law by throttling BitTorrent traffic. They voted 3-2 in favor for the violation. Also in 2008, Amazon announced that it would acquire abebooks.com, which specialized in out-of-print book sales. And Yahoo Shareholders meeting takes place. It was a stressful time, especially since there were so many that were upset over the botched Microsoft-Yahoo deal. And in 2009, soccer star Darren Bent decided to tweet that he was frustrated with not getting traded fast enough. Because of that, he was fined 2 weeks' salary, which was about $130,000. And by the way, he still didn't get traded right away. So I guess complaining about it doesn't always work. And that's your day in tech history. My name is Jeffrey Powers, www.dayintechhistory.com. All the show notes are over at wikizine.com, Geekazine's wiki. And of course, you can like the Facebook page and follow Twitter at DayInTechHist. Until tomorrow, take care. Day in Tech History is copyright 2014 JMP Enterprise and Geekazine.com.